afternoon, everyone. I'm Trey with the First Date Fix, and today we're going to be talking about why do people break up? You know, I always find it funny when you have two people bickering online who used to be former lovers or in a relationship, or you have celebrities who are airing each other out on Twitter or Instagram, and I'm like, this is so weird. Like 3-4 months ago, you were telling each other how much you loved each other, and you were professing your love, and you had pictures on Instagram, and you were calling them bae and all that stuff. And now you're saying that he ain't shit. Or now you're saying that this woman's a bitch. I never understand why people do that when they break up. But ultimately, why do people break up? Imagine being so in love with someone, you plan your whole future around them. You guys talk about possibly getting a house together. And then, in one foul swoop, it's over. And you two are no longer together. But why? What happened? What allowed the two of you to grow so far apart that the whole relationship would be over, especially considering that not so long ago, the two of you were professing your love to each other? What changed? Today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about why people break up, and I'm going to talk to you about essentially how you can avoid breaking up with someone and see the signs before they happen. Number one, cheating. Yes, cheating is an oldie but a goodie, unfortunately. Why can't you keep it in your pants, you wankers? Cheating is a terrible thing, and some of the strongest couples in the world can't even move past it, but some people do. But it's difficult. I mean, could you imagine someone that you love so much, right? You're willing to put your life on the line, and then they tell you that they cheated. And not only did they cheat, but they slept with the person. You've got to imagine someone having that sacred thing that connects you two together with someone else. I very much doubt when someone cheats, they're lying down on the bed thinking, oh, this is not good. There is zero pleasure. I am not enjoying the sex. You know they're enjoying it. That's what makes it so much harder. Cheating is such a hard thing for people to move past, and more often or not, they don't. So cheating is the number one reason why people break up, unfortunately. So what's the solution? Don't bloody do it. If you're gonna cheat, don't do it. If you're thinking about cheating, don't do it. Don't fantasize about cheating. Don't even allow that to get into your cerebral hemisphere. Don't cheat. And I think one of the easiest ways to not cheat is not even allow yourself any kind of fantasies about anyone else who isn't your girlfriend, your wife, your partner, whatever. Support. You know, failure to support the person that you're with essentially renders you useless. Why would anyone be with someone who gives them zero support? Like, what are you even here for? You're not even gonna give me any support? Like, it's been a good couple of months. We had a good run, right? Like, there's no reason why you should be with anyone who doesn't support you. And eventually, if the lack of support continues, the person is gonna bounce. You need to pay special attention to what the person in your relationship needs. Now, you're not going to know it off the bat, but a solution to this is very simple. You need to learn their habits. You need to communicate fervently. You need to ask them, hey, when you're going through a rough time, when you need that kind of support, what do you need from me? What can I do to better support you when you're going through situations like this? I might have failed in the past, but I want to know right now because I want to be there for you. I want to be better for you. Anger, the age-old classic when you lose your temper. Oof. Imagine this. You get home from work, you've had a really tough day, and then your boyfriend or girlfriend gets on your ass, and then you both erupt into a horrible argument, and then one of you leaves and says, I'm going to my best friend's house for the night, I can't possibly stand you. But you know what they could have done instead? A solution for this? Communicate your anger before it erupts. Don't imagine that they can read your mind and solve the problem and know that you're angry. Just say, hey, you know what, sweethearts? I've had a really rough day, so if I'm a bit short, I do apologize. And then they're gonna know. They're gonna know, oh, okay, perhaps I should tread carefully. Perhaps I shouldn't bring up the fact that they didn't wash the dishes because they've obviously had a bad day. Shitty friends. I had a previous video about friends and dating, right? But sometimes when you're in a serious relationship with someone, your friends might not approve of that person. I think it's always interesting. Often I found the friends that don't approve of me when I'm in a relationship are always her single friends. I don't know if there's any correlation, but here we are. So if you fraternize with friends that your partner doesn't particularly like, I would take that into great consideration. Maybe you need new friends. There's a finite amount of people out there that are actually going to contend with your friends only if they feel like it's something that truly is an issue between you and them. If you have friends that constantly speak negatively of the person that you're with, just be very cognizant of that. You know, there's a difference between offering advice and saying, hey, I've noticed some things about the person you're dating, but I want you guys to be happy, I care for you, versus the person who's always constantly harping on and going, oh, they're so terrible, they're just blah, 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 blah. Just be careful, okay? Oftentimes, bad friends will give you advice about relationships that is always quite crazy to me because they're not in the relationship. You do not see what's going on 24/7, so how could you possibly give advice? And the only story that you're going to give to your friend is from your paradigm. It's never going to be from the other person in a relationship. So please, please, please be careful of bad friends. They have ruined many a relationship, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Misery loves company. Sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Look, the fact of the matter is sex is good. If you're in a situation where you are a monogamous person and you're not getting a lot of sex or any at all, you're gonna start thinking to yourself, well, why the hell am I with this person? Like, I'm not even getting no sex, right? Like, I love you, but yo, can I get some booty every now and then? Don't you want to rumble in the jungle? Like, what's going on? And I think that sometimes couples, whenever they're going through a hard time where they're very frustrated with each other, one might use sex as a weapon, you know? I'm not happy with you right now. I'm not going to communicate that, but I'm not going to give you any sex. Or one person might not be in the mood, and that's okay. But when you go weeks, plural, without sex, that's an issue, and it has to be communicated. Sex is such a huge part of relationships. When you initially started dating and you were going at it like rabbits and you were having sex here, there, and everywhere, right? But then suddenly it stops. One person in a relationship is not going to be happy about it. And I'm not saying that it justifies anyone cheating, but I am saying that the less sex you have, the stronger the possibility that one or two people are going to start getting it from elsewhere. I'm sorry, but that's the hard truth. I don't encourage it, I think it's shitty, but that could be in the back of your mind. Now, if you're in a situation where you don't particularly want to have sex with them anymore, that might be your quitting the relationship. Ah, yes, the millennial faux pas. Quitting the relationship, bailing, or giving up. That is what, unfortunately, a lot of people do. And why do they quit? Often the sentiment that I've heard from friends and the research that I've done is always, things change. The person that I'm supposed to be with wouldn't do something like that. Well, I got news for you. No one is perfect. The person that you're supposed to be with is going to make an abundance of mistakes. No relationship has ever gotten to where it is without the deepest level of forgiveness. That is a fact. And unfortunately, most people are going to find out the hard way when they're at a certain age where they should be married with kids and they're not, because they weren't willing to work through the arguments, the disagreements, the things that they should have discussed with someone in order to make the relationship work. The strongest relationships, the most happiest people that you see that are in love, they have not gotten there easily. They've had to go through many, many discussions, communication, hard conversation, internal issues, family issues. They've gone through all of that together, and that's what allows them to be a strong couple. But if you're trying to build a foundation with people and you turn tail and run at the first sign of trouble, you're not going to get the people that you want to get. So giving up is such a huge reason why people just don't work out anymore, especially our generation where we have a 24/7 singles club in the palm of our hand, okay? Don't give up on people, especially because you are not perfect. The sun does not shine out of your ass. No, it does not. So don't give up on people unless it's a toxic, abusive relationship, then absolutely give up. But for the most part, work through your own issues and work through the issues that are in that relationship. Babe Ruth once said, you can't stop a man or woman that will not quit. Don't quit, you owe it to yourself. Last but not least, shit communication. Unfortunately, a lot of people have this unusual ideology where they think you should just know. I'm not talking to you because I'm mad and you should just know. I'm not gonna tell you I'm mad. I won't even tell you exactly what I'm mad about, but you should just know. A lot of relationships operate like that. Or I'm really mad at you. I'm not gonna tell you, but I'm gonna be extremely passive aggressive to get my message across. More often or not, the poor person is completely clueless as to their boyfriend or girlfriend playing this game of passive aggression. So they don't even do anything because they don't even know there's an issue, right? I was once in a bad relationship where if ever we got into a huge argument, we just wouldn't talk. Sometimes it lasted for days where we would not talk. Luckily, I ended that so quick, my head spun. But that is the key of a toxic relationship, having terrible, atrocious, gut-wrenching communication. In a relationship, silence is never, ever golden. The more you talk, the better you feel. Communication to me is one of the single most important part of any kind of relationship. And if you've broken up with someone because of poor communication, please do it for me, do it for yourself and anyone else you fall in love with in the future. Make sure you work on your communication. It doesn't matter about you trying to play it cool. It doesn't matter about you trying to have the upper hand. Eradicate your pride. Divorce this notion of if I communicate how I really feel, then it's gonna make me lame, blah, 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 blah. Who cares, okay? Do it for the person that has your heart. You deserve to be happy. Thank you so much for watching this video. As always, remember the things that I spoke about in regards to why people broke up and look out for them in your future relationships or the relationships that you're in right now. I want you to be happy. You deserve to be happy, but the only way that's going to happen is if you face potential things that might be sabotaging your relationship. Thank you again. As always, I have the usual Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram that you're watching on now, or YouTube, depending on how I've edited it. And save your relationship before it's too late. Thank you very much. Have a lovely day.